Hi, it's the 22nd of November 2018 at 1 p.m. I haven't done a vid for a week or so. It was about a week ago I realised I had suffering from something called SAD, Seasonal Affective Disorder. I've been suffering from it my entire life, and it's what happens with it is with the onset of spring, around about September or October in Australia, you just suddenly feel something, you get hit by something. And this year it was particularly noticeable because, one, I've been working regularly on vids, getting them up. I was getting them up every other day, mgtow every other day, so it's a very constant workflow. And the second thing was I wasn't drinking at all. Now typically what happens is you use alcohol to mask the effect of SAD. So when it comes on, you just start drinking more. You don't realise it, but you just start, having a few more to cover it. What happens with it's just totally debilitating. I hit a wall. I just one day I woke up, I just couldn't do a video. I couldn't do one for a week. And on top of that, I was having these horrible lucid dreams, and they were so real you could almost touch them. If you want to see my experience about it, I'm doing a channel called Living with SAD. I'll leave a link to it in the description. But if you're at all interested, if you think you might be suffering from it, you might like to follow me. I'm doing an update every week. I've got 2 videos there at the moment, but at the end of each week I'll put a new video on to keep track, and also to remind me of where I was at. Because I've already found that so easy to forget. Yeah, and you don't realise how depressed you are until you get rid of it. I had no idea. It's so emotionally painful. It's actually physically painful, and I've been suffering this my whole life. But because I didn't know any better, I've just acclimatised to it. But a couple of weeks ago, or last week actually, before I realised, I remember I was over town and I was just the pain. I said, I just don't think I can do this much anymore. I thought I have to get some alcohol. I thought, no, I won't. And then the following day I started feeling suicidal. I thought, no, just get out of here. I can't stand this anymore. Oh, come on, man. A week ago you were happy, or you seemed happy enough. Happier than now, that's for sure. What's changed? Yeah, okay, you've given up alcohol, but that was a couple of weeks back. It's just suddenly this is happening, and suddenly you're feeling suicidal. Yeah, I guess there could be an alcoholic inside me, but it just didn't feel that way. So I went online to research it, Googled it. Took all of about 2 minutes. After 62 years, it took all of about 2 minutes to discover this thing called SAD, Seasonal Affective Disorder. And I looked at it, I thought, any money you like, this will be it. Yep, sure enough, I looked down the list of symptoms and tick, 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 yeah, bingo. There you go, there you are, finally found you. SAD, summer sad. And I've been to doctors, I'd asked about it. I've spoken to a lot of people, nobody's ever heard of it. I went to the chemist yesterday and I was talking to him about it. I said, I've got summer sad, finally realised, blah, blah, blah. And he said, what is it? I said, that's a seasonal affective disorder. He said, I've never heard of it. 5% of Australians, that's 1.5 million people, suffer from SAD, and he hadn't heard of it. Gee, that's interesting. In a big sunny country like Australia, with a population that's moved from somewhere else, from the northern gloomy hemisphere. Yep, and nobody here has heard of summer sad. There's winter sad too. People feeling sad when they go into winter. I guess they haven't heard of that as well. But that's what I've been suffering with for 62 years. And it ruined my life. I can only concentrate for half the year. That's why I've done 350 videos in half a year, 9 months, the winter months, basically. And it's that's when I can work and concentrate. I have been able to in the past. But anyway, I read about all these symptoms and what have you. I thought, what's the cause of it? Well, I don't know. Okay, they came up with a couple of ideas, but nobody's too sure. Oh, what's the cure for it? Oh, antibiotics and a couple of other things, therapy. And I just thought, wouldn't we just go for an obvious thing and cut out sunlight? Let's just do that. Yeah, that's what's increased, because I got to thinking, it started with all these vivid dreams. I thought, oh, well, maybe what's happening is, you know, the sun's exciting my mind, you know, it's falling on my face and, you know, exciting me and giving me these really wild dreams. So I blocked out the sunlight out of my room. Yeah, and made the whole thing dark. Yep, dreams left immediately. Yeah, 48 hours later, I felt like a normal person. I kept it in gloom. I don't go outside too much. And I feel great. After a week, I feel fantastic. I'm cleaning up the whole place. I'm fully exercising. My diet, you know, the amount of food that I'm eating is just a fraction of what it used to be. Because for some reason, and I think this is the way it works, is yeah, it stimulates, you know, gets in your eyes or whatever, stimulates it, makes you eat, and makes you drink alcohol, because you get exhausted. You know, you're overstimulated the whole time, you get exhausted. So you go looking for food, so you cut it out, you don't need the food. And when you get exhausted, you know, your mind goes looking for all these horrible, gloomy, depressing thoughts, you know, memories of your family, memories of this, memories of the dog that you put down, memories, all the gloomy ones. And it's just one after the next. Gloom, 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 gloom. Cut out the block out the sunlight, bang, gone. It doesn't need to go looking for these things. Yeah, okay, you still have to go out in the sunlight, but live in gloom. So then by the time you get out in the sunlight, go through the sunlight, yeah, you start getting a bit angry. I get angry like this. But you get out in the cover into a store or into a parking lot or something, yeah, it goes away again. So it doesn't, not allowed to build up. But if you wake up, throw open those drapes, let all that sun in, you're already cooked before you go outside, and then you overbake. Yeah, that's just a clue, a quick lesson. Yeah, so you regulate, you really keep your sun down in your house. Yeah, I love a light and bright house too. Yeah, nice sunny, yeah, beautiful. Yeah, worst thing you can have if you suffer my disease. It could be the opposite, it would be the opposite the other way around if you've got winter sad. Yeah, you want as much light as you can possibly do. You know, get out of that gloomy house. You know, it's just, and spend as much time outdoors. But for us other side of things, it's the worst thing. Sunlight, light, bright, awful. But when it gets to mgtow, it's brought everything into question. You know, firstly, at the moment, my interest is in, you know, the thing that's been really plaguing me personally for 62 years. So I'm thinking about it constantly. I'm not thinking about mgtow. And to make mgtow channels, you need to be thinking about mgtow issues. Yeah, it's really quite a bit of work. The actual video time isn't long, but the thinking behind it, yeah, you're spending, you know, a lot of time thinking about what you're going to say. But now that I'm thinking about SAD, about SAD, I'd rather think about that, and frankly I think I can be more helpful to people. You know, I've got a channel, as I said, you know, and hopefully, you know, people will find it, and, you know, and maybe they'll think, oh, maybe that's my problem. Some of you guys might even think, shit, maybe that could be my problem as well. Okay, or it could be TV. When TV can do it as well, I reckon. When television first came out, they used to put blue cellophane over the screen for a reason. They must have known it was, you know, it was actually harmful to humans. But that trend quickly disappeared. Most people have probably never heard of it. But yeah, they just whack blue cellophane over the front of it. We've got a roll of blue cellophane and, you know, put a brick on top of your TV and, yep, it sat there. Yeah, long gone. And since that happened, yeah, the obesity epidemic has just gone through the roof. I wouldn't be at all surprised. It was all the flickering white light that's coming at you. I don't know. But that just, well, I don't watch TV. So I don't have, and for some reason, like my tube, you know, my screen here is a lot smaller. I mean, I've got a big screen, but you know, when I watch videos, it's a small thing. So, you know, it's not all this flickering at me, yeah. So I've regulated that as well. I don't need to, you know, have the whole thing full screen. So maybe that has some sort of bearing as well. And I think as time goes on, we'll probably start realising that. You know, that like, we're a little bit like plants. Or like a lizard, actually. It could actually be, like I've noticed since I've gloomed the room down, the lizards have started moving in. I had 3 in here this morning. Yeah, it appeals to them. You can sort of sense it. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I think I'll sleep under here. I'll sleep there. Yeah, this is my spot. Oh, what the hell are you doing moving in here? It's nice and gloomy for them. So it could be it's something in the lizard brain. It could be, you know, we all have a lizard brain, right? And it just could be that the lizard brain just doesn't want this much light. You know, I wouldn't discount it. Lizards clearly love it in here. I clearly love it in here. We're all happy. Yeah, us lizards all together. Yeah. So, but getting back to mgtow, yeah. You know, I think of everything that I talk about here is based on my own experience with women, and largely on my own wife. You know, and my family. It's all females. And looking back on it, everything that she complained and we fought about, everything, every last thing was all related to my SAD. It was like she was arguing with the symptoms of a SAD sufferer. So inside of me was like, yeah, okay, I know, but I don't know what to do about it. Yeah, but yeah, I take your point. Yep. Oh, here's a classic one that comes to mind. Oh, Christmas. Oh, Bob, you're just such an awful person at Christmas. So depressing. And you just really don't like Christmas. Christmas is a happy time. Can't you get that? It's a happy time. Yeah, I get that. I know it's okay. But what she didn't understand, what people don't understand is, yeah, that's the peak of the happiness season for you guys. But for SAD sufferers, it's the peak of the depression. We're at the opposite end of the pole. We're down the bottom. It's the most depressing time. You know, Australia is light and bright at the best of times. You know, big blue cloudless skies, gorgeous sunshine everywhere, got beaches and lovely, beautiful. Yep, and Christmas time is right in the middle of the sunshine season, and it just pours in. It's just gorgeous, and it's crippling for SAD sufferers. It's the most depressing experience. You've got no idea. Everybody's happy except you. You're just a sad sack. I even saw a video recently of a woman who was claiming that her ex-boyfriend was a really bad narcissist. Why? Because he didn't like Christmas. He was such a narcissist, such a selfish person that he didn't want to see anybody else happy in his. Yep. I didn't know what to say at the time because I didn't know what I was suffering, but I thought, yeah, that's right, that's just typical of the attitude. Yeah, we've got this major problem and people, you're a bad person. We don't like you. Yeah, I know. I understand. I've got the picture. This is why, you know, when people say, oh, you know, white men and that's, really just doesn't bother me. I've had it all my life, at all levels, constantly. So it's just, yeah, I know. I'm a bad person. I'm over it. I was over it when I was about maybe 18. So it has no effect on me. I don't get upset about it or anything else. I'm just so used to it because everybody I meet, you know, they just look at you, what's your problem? Yeah, I've got SAD. I can say that now. You know, and it's just, and people are so kind and compassionate, you know, there's no doubt about it. I was telling my neighbour, I finally got SAD. I explained that, you know, when I was in the, you know, in September of 2013, when I was in the depths of my depression, suicidal, and I ended up, you know, going to the doctor and, you know, because you can't sleep and you get suicidal. I said, I can't sleep. He said, have you thought of suicide? I said, yeah. He said, oh, there you go, there you go. I have to tell that story, I love it. And I told this to my neighbour and he cracked up laughing. Oh, yeah, that's right, that's how people are. It's funny. I laughed at it. I think it's funny, yeah. And then I explained that, you know, he sent the suicide team, you know, the mental health crisis team, I call them the suicide squad, around to try and drive me over the edge. Eat your tablets, sonny. He didn't laugh at that. He actually turned away. He was a bit embarrassed a bit. I think that he laughed. But anyway, that's what it is. Yeah, so unfortunately what happens is that, you know, and that's what you get. And people say and do the most amazingly stupid things. And here you are inside, you're just, and the pain, the emotional pain. Think of it. Every minute of your day, your brain is dredging up another sad and depressing thought. How about this one? What about that one? You know, like just imagine you're sitting on a couch with your brain. You know, okay, oh, you want to see this one? This was your family when you're happy. Oh, fucking thanks. Yeah, and it's the sunshine. It's just like, it's really like sitting here eating handfuls of lollies, you know, candy. Give me another handful. Yeah. But the funny thing is that, you know, people are leaving. So I was just recently told, oh, you think too much. I don't know how many people have told me that. Yeah, well, what they don't understand, what they forgot to answer is, why didn't they just say, look, get out of the sunshine for a bit? Try and reduce the light in your room, it'll help you stop thinking. Nobody ever suggested that. They're just looking at the symptom. Okay, the symptom of what's happening. Yeah, so what happens is the light stimulates your mind, and your brain keeps going, yeah, this idea, that idea, next idea, this idea, that, this, and the lighter it gets, you get into this whirl out of control. I reckon half the comedians in the world are suffering from it, probably more. Robin Williams would have been, for sure. He was a classic. Summer or winter sad, one of the two. Yeah, and that's why you need the drinks. Yeah, more alcohol to try and get yourself up there. And what you do is you take on characters that you presume to be people like, fun, and you try and copy them. You're trying to synthesise happiness your whole life. I've been preoccupied with, how the hell do I get happy for 62 years? How do I do it? Everybody else appears to be happy except me. And yet, nobody ever said, I just block out the light bulb. Just put up block out curtains. Easiest and quickest way, that's what we all do. Nobody's ever said that to me. Nobody. But what happens is we all talk about the thoughts. What the brain dredges up. How about this one? How about the dog that you put down accidentally? How about this? Oh God. Yeah, we all talk about the thoughts and what it all means. And what it really means is you need block out curtains. That's it. That's all it means. Nothing else. You need to block out the light. Or I'll say it this way. You need to block out whatever is robbing your energy, I reckon. Whatever's really plaguing you. But in my case, what I would have answered that, I miss my family. And then, people would just say, well, we don't know what to do. Can't you contact them? So, no, they don't want to know me. Or, they're blocked out. Or, yep. But actually the correct answer was, just block out sunlight. And it's blocked out all the bad dreams, the whole lot. Bad dreams, bad memories, bad thoughts, negative thoughts. And particularly for an entrepreneur, will I make, will this work? And that's so debilitating. You're working against that the whole time. You're going to fail. Your brain's sitting there on the couch next to you going, yeah, you're a loser. You're going to fail. You're going to fail. Yep, yes, fail is yours. Yep, no, it's not going to work. Never will. No, but that's what your brain's dread, and you're fighting it the whole time. Yep, block out the sun. No, you don't have those thoughts. You just do whatever you got to do. No negative thoughts. No depressing thoughts. Look, it's great. Go to anybody, if you know anybody that might be suffering, or you think, yep, I'll try and do a weekly update on my channel, Living with Sad. And if you know people that, look, it could be an eating disorder. I think television's doing the damage, in all honesty. But think of it in terms of light. Just talk to them in terms of light. Are you getting too much light from somewhere? TV, you're too close to the monitor, your computer monitor. How about putting something over your monitor, blue cellophane over your monitor? See if that makes a difference. But just talk to people about light. Think about light yourself. Something to do with light, and just monitor it. Think of your own feelings in relation to light. Do you find that you think differently when you're in sunlight as opposed to the shade? Do you start getting angry, or do you get sad, or you get some sort of emotion in sunlight as opposed to shade? It's really interesting. I think it's fascinating. It's changed my whole perception of humanity and what and also our psychology. It's just what the brain does, given that the stimulus is getting. It's you want this card, you want that card, you want that card. That's what it's like. Anyway, look, it's been great talking to you, and I'll try and keep up with mgtow. But as I said, my main interest is in this sad phenomena. It's that that's done most of the damage to my life. It's not women or even feminists or society. It's this thing that's actually crippled me. It's just ruined everything. So that's where my interest is at the moment, and that's what I'm thinking about a lot. Okay, so I'm not focused on mgtow. I'm not thinking about it. I've also set up a channel called mgtow Magic on BitChute. It's mgtow Magic with a hyphen. But I don't know whether I'm going to even get to doing many vids there. In all honesty, my mind is just not on it. It's on this, and it's too interesting to me. But anyway, it's been great talking to you, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.